Hey, good evening, everyone. It's Dr. Shernay. Please forgive me. I have been sick, so I am recovering. So if you see me with my glass of water, that is exactly why. What's going on? I hope you all are doing well. I wanted to come on because I've had several questions asked about my thoughts about the whole situation with Cassie and Diddy, with now Christian Keys and some of these other actors, actresses, singers, those in the entertainment industry, period, coming out with their stories, or even people that aren't in the entertainment industry but have been connected to some of these stars and talking about their experiences with SA, with DV, and everything else. And so I've been asked, well, what do you think? What's your opinion? What do you feel? I can sum up all my thoughts in one word: good. Because it's time to pull back the covers on all of this stuff that's going on between all of these different industries, these people that know this person, know that person, all the things that they're doing and have been doing for many, many years. Good. Expose it. It's time. It's past time. But there's no better time than the present. And I've seen lots of comments and seen videos, and I can tell a lot of people have no experience whatsoever dealing with SA, either in their personal life or professionally with other people. And myself as an SA survivor, because yes, I do have my own stories of SA. And also from working with clients and with some of my patients, because some of these things have come out as I've been practicing on patients. It's very layered. Okay, there's a lot of complicated things, emotions, feelings, thoughts, all kinds of things, and you can't really predict how people are going to respond. And likewise, you really can't judge how people are going to respond either. Everybody has to do everything on their own time. Some people, they do things right away. Other people, it takes them longer. And there are various reasons for that. I can name a few, but there are different reasons. Everything is individual. We're all individual people. We all handle situations and process things differently than everybody else. The way I handle something may not be the way that you handle something. The way you handle something may not be the way that your friend handles something. Okay? So everything happens on its own time. And so that's the people. Well, why wait this long? Well, that's what it took for these people to feel confident and comfortable enough to speak up. There's so many different layers to it, and some things you have to be strategic with, particularly when your career is on the line, because you rub the wrong person the wrong way, that could be the end of your career. And there are so many people that are so powerful. And that's what the beauty of it is, because these people that are in these positions of authority, they tend to abuse their power. You see it all the time. That's why on your jobs, if you're up here, you cannot entertain or should not entertain your insubordinates. It's the same reason. It's that power dynamic. And these people that have all this money, they have all this connection, they have all this power, and they've been so untouchable for all of these times. And so now I believe we're in the age of Aquarius. The veils are falling off, and I am here for it. I just am. Part of the reason that they feel that they're untouchable is because they've been allowed to get away with it for so long, because people have been afraid, just not wanting to be that person. And I understand all of that. And some of these people are my favorites too. Some of my favorites have gotten caught up in things, but the person that we know is not the person that they are necessarily. Okay, we might enjoy their bodies of work, but they could be a totally different person behind the scenes. We don't know, because we don't deal with them on that personal basis. So, when things happen, they happen. When people get ready to talk and tell their stories, they talk and tell their stories. Myself, I really did not publicize a lot of my own personal stories until I became a coach, until I realized that I had the power to affect other people, other women, other men, others that have gone through similar situations that I have. I can help them. Once I realized I had that power, then I started sharing my story. And there's parts of my own story that I still have not shared. I haven't been as comfortable with sharing, but I will do so. In this instance, since we're talking about SA and the reasons why people don't tend to say things. So I did have a situation happen when I was in 9th grade. And I dealt with SA, 2 boys that SA'd me. At one of their houses, they were friends. We were at one's house, and they SA'd me. So I did tell one close friend, and when I was in high school, when I was in 9th grade, I was very overweight, so not what many people would consider attractive at the time, and definitely not to be 14 years old. So I told one of my close friends, and apparently she told one of her friends. And the response from that friend was, who the hell would want to SA her? As if I was just, nothing. I was beneath I was just no one, nobody. Like, who am I? Who is she? And the 14-year-old me really didn't process that well. And it was very, very hurtful because I've come to you telling you what my experience was. And that's the response that I got. I wasn't believed. I wasn't felt. It was just brushed off. And I was considered a nobody. I wasn't in Hollywood. I wasn't, I was just a 14-year-old kid. But those are typical stories. So people do not feel comfortable just relaying all this stuff because a lot of times folks won't believe. Look at what the population is doing now. They're not believing any of this. There were people that were more outraged at the thought of Diddy being into both genders as opposed to him doing the things that he did to Cassie. That's a huge problem. Why do you have more of an issue with someone's preference than the fact that he's done all this stuff to somebody? And it's just a money grab. It's just well, listen, if something like that happened to me, and it was someone who was in that type of position, you doggone right, I'm going to seek whatever justice I can get, be it jail, be it financial compensation, be it both. I want it all because I went through all of this at your hands. So yes, I want what's due to me. I want what's owed. And I'm sure I'll probably get some hate email and all of that, but that's okay. I got my big girl underwear on. I can handle it. And then, why is in returns of Christian Keys, well, why is he being so secretive on who it is, blah, 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 blah. Now, I am not an attorney. However, I do sincerely believe if you do have a criminal case or something like that, or you're planning to seek a criminal case or file a criminal case, it is to your best that you do not release the name, like the particular names, all of that kind of stuff. So I can understand him not saying the specific name, but giving clues so that you can use your common sense and your own reasoning abilities to figure out maybe who it is. But he's, putting this person on notice. And again, you cannot dictate when someone chooses to disclose or speak out about the things that have happened to them. And you just can't. And, people, so-and-so and such and such. And I hear this about any celebrity story. They're just trying to tarnish this person's legacy. Let me tell you something. If that person was that concerned about their legacy, they shouldn't have been doing the shit that they were accused of doing. Period. Don't engage in behavior that's going to put your legacy, your reputation, your name on the line. Just don't do it. How about that? How about we quit putting all the onus on everybody but the people that are in these positions that do have this power? How about we put responsibility on them to do what they're supposed to do? And some of these same people that are talking this smack got these same folks in their families, and they're protecting these predators. They're protecting these people instead of, not inviting Uncle Johnny to the barbecue, or better yet, calling the authorities on Uncle Johnny. What do? We put the little emphasis on the little girls to make sure they don't dress a certain way. They don't do this kind of behavior. We put the responsibility on them to not tempt Uncle Johnny, then not having Uncle Johnny there, period. And it's the same for the men. I know several men, and I will not be disclosing their names, but I have talked to several men who have also been SA'd by relatives, aunts, sisters, cousins, babysitters. And a lot of them have told me they didn't feel comfortable telling anyone. Some, I'm the only person they've ever told because of the shame and the embarrassment that comes along with it. And these men have been hurt. And that's part of the reason why they've had issues with women in relationships, because of things that happened to them when they were little boys by grown women SAing them. But we'll protect them. We'll protect the accuser, the abusers. But we won't protect the abused. We want to make those that have been through these things jump through all these hoops to be heard, to be believed, and even if they do get heard, still give them the side eye, still give all the speculation, because we just can't believe that this person did what they were accused of. So automatically this person must be lying or only trying to gain something. There are a lot better ways to gain things other than embarrassing yourself and telling stories and or showing videos or pictures or recordings or whatever that's going to embarrass you too. So it's got to be a bigger reason than that. Expose them all. And let the chips fall where they may. Because these are things that whoever is being accused, these are things they should have thought of before engaging in that behavior. You have to consider what type of legacy you're going to leave behind. You're the one that's going to have to take care of your reputation. You're the one that is responsible for how people think of you, for what comes to mind when your name is said, what comes to mind when your picture is out there or you're seen in public or you're on video. You have that responsibility, not someone else. So if you choose to engage in behaviors that are unbecoming, you have to deal with the consequences, whatever they may be. You can roll the dice and see if you can keep someone quiet forever, but that's a risk that you're taking. And they may not. Now, as far as Mr. Diddy, like I would say with anyone else, if he did it, expose him. Because there are too many people that hide under religion and spirituality to gain trust from the public to engage in unsavory behaviors. Which again, that's another power dynamic, because people are looking up to you. They're thinking you're man of God, woman of God, or Ifa, or whomever, whatever particular religion, spirituality you practice. There's a level of trust that is given to you when you're in those positions, and people know that. So people will take advantage. And that's why a lot of folks are like, oh, well, I don't believe in Christianity. I've gotten hurt by the church. I understand that, because it's not the Christianity. It's not the actual religion or spirituality. It's people that are doing these things under false pretenses. There's nothing Christ-like about a lot of this stuff that some of these people are doing. There's nothing that, is in this doctrine, that doctrine, that a lot of these people are doing. They're just doing things. They're going in and taking advantage of people's trust. So I understand why people are not trusting in religion. They're not trusting in spirituality or these leaders or whatever, because there's so many fake people out there, so many false prophets, so many people that are just on their own gain, trying to get whatever they can get from whomever, however, be it money, be it physical favors, be it whatever. Expose them all. And maybe the ones that are coming behind them will think twice before doing that, before going down the same road, before engaging in delinquent behavior that's going to hurt hundreds of people. Even one person is one too many. Quit providing the covering for these people to commit these acts. Call them out. Every last one of them. And let the chips fall where they may. One thing that none of these people are more powerful than is their own karma. And karma will come around and smack the fuck out of you. Okay? Because it's universal principles. You get back what you put in. So if you're putting all this bad out there, I don't know how you expect for good to come. And it may come for a while. But at some point, you're going to have to pay the piper for the tune that you heard. So how do you want your legacy to be left? What do you want people to say about you? Move accordingly. So that is my answer to all of these accusers that are coming out, that are speaking out on their personal experiences, on things that they've gone through with certain people. Good. It's time. And yes, of course, if they're lying or whatever, fine. But there are too many people that have so much evidence that they say, we'll see what happens. And, when all the stuff is disclosed. But for these people who have truly lived through these experiences, for those who have tried to speak out but got blackballed, railroaded, all of these other things, the justice is for all of them. And I'm here for it. Now, so if you have dealt with, survived, are dealing with SA, and you want to talk about it, sign up on my link. Let's schedule some time and talk. Help you work through that. You can live your best life. You won't be captive of your situations and circumstances. because your life, your results, they're not dictated by your circumstances, but how you respond to them. So let's get you living your best life. Okay, I will be putting this on YouTube. You can go back and watch it if you would like. I have some things coming up in the new year, some courses, some group things, lots of things that are coming up. So please keep on the lookout for information on that. I'm going to go and enjoy the rest of my evening. You all do the same. Be blessed. Do something good for yourself tonight. And I will catch you guys in the next one.